dropship emerged from faster than light. A blistered teal planet loomed below, ringed with an icy asteroid belt. "There it is," Major Reinhardt announced. "Ryleta, Forgotten Beauty, small-time Alliant Depot. So let me get this straight. We're gonna raid some cargo and sell it to fund the resistance." "That cargo is modern, rare medicinal herb. And our source says Ryleta's putting out 30 to 40 tons. Red 4 whistle. That'll buy a nice cruiser. Or a new base. Kartag wants a better setup. More aggressive recruitment. Might swing for some of the fringe worlds." "Makes sense. Dead birds kick a lot of folk to the curb. I'm sure they'd love to return the favor." "Here's a thought." Jed frowned. "If modern's so valuable, why would the Alliance leave it exposed?" "Well, they're spread pretty thin. Reckon they hope to sneak one by." "Like we noticed." "Cam, we did." Jenna Aberdeen adjusted her rifle. "I don't even know we're coming." "First round's on me." Jed stared through the window at the approaching planet. "This is my first new world." "So Jane." Chelsea bumped his shoulder. "We'll try and make it a good one." "I hope it is. I really don't know what to expect. Fighting, stealing, running." Darmac grunted. "Just like the belt. But with less nomads." Jed looked at Veyron. He was sitting with his head bowed, three-fingered hands upturned on his lap. The Zetar tilted his head. "What's he doing?" "Meditating on the journey. Sailing I do. A lot of folk do, especially them from Paradise." "Oh? What is it?" "Philosophy. The journey's existence. Before us, during us, and after us. Everyone has their span of it. Lives touch each other, and others past them. Ripples in the sea." "I see." Jed scratched his chin. "So, everything we do affects something?" "Look at your span." Veyron opened his eyes. "When you awoke on Casidius, you chose to rescue Major Reinhardt. Because of that, she brought you to Green Team. We chose to keep you instead of leaving you at Leaf. General Kartok trusted you and let you join us. Now we prepare for your first mission, and the choices it will bring." Ripples in the sea. A thoughtful look crossed his face. If I hadn't rescued the Major, things would have gone differently. You might have wound up with the Dome Heads. Darmac checked his shotgun. They would have tortured Chelsea. Maybe found our base. If they captured Kartok, no more resistance. Silence filled the shuttle. Gale cammed hero. Reinhardt slapped Jed's shoulder. It's what I called you back then. Alright, so it's stream of choices. Why is that so important? To know yourself. Know yourself. Veyron lifted a finger. The choices we make shape our lives, our identities. Once you understand that, life becomes Inception. A living story, told in your every action. Your story becomes more than you or anything you could ever hope to be. Your acts touch others, change their paths. Theirs change others still. Worlds fall and rise from a life you saved or word you said. You become part of the journey. Arrowhorn's journey. Where will you go? What will you do? Who will you be? Veyron held Jed's gaze. Know your span, and you'll go from walking the journey to living it. He closed his eyes again. Jed studied Veyron. Bald, wrinkled and weathered, scars lacing his violet skin. To his chest was strapped a black battle longcoat speckled with tiny green chest gems. His hands were folded, fingers flexing gently. You've seen a lot yet, haven't you? Sadness bowed the warrior's head. I have lived through a failed reunification. I have watched my bloodkin scatter, my battle brothers flee. I have walked the ruins of Septis, home not to the Jackshu, but to thieves and vagrants. When I found the Sojourners, I was without purpose. Through the window churned the clouds of atmosphere. Lightning flashed in the distance. Aboard their fleet, I learned of the journey, of how even a single choice can change everything. How life is not about what you are born, but who you choose to become. I spent a year with the Sojourners, traveling the galaxy. Dozens of species, thousands of wanderers just like me. Not one of them lost. What about the Resistance? One day, I encountered a choice. Veyron leaned back. The Sojourners were visiting the Western Belt. The choice of the Seven was right there in front of me. I could stay back and watch, or I could make a difference. He let out a slow, hissing breath. I chose to stand for something. To stand for them. For the briefest of moments, silence returned. Okay, girls, welcome to hell. The dropship broke through the clouds, and there was Ryleta. The planet was covered in water, with a smattering of islands buried beneath snow. Ryleta's oceans were frozen, jagged, and serrated. Wind howled, swirled around mountain peaks on the larger islands. Lightning struck sporadically. Their target lay on a snowy archipelago. The depot, the sprawling metal construct, was raised above the islands by a mess of support stones. Platforms, ramps, and doorways were marked with bright red lights. A freighter filled the depot's middle pad, its undercarriage empty. Reinhard watched over Dell's shoulder. Alright, intel looks good. Defense should be minimal, but not infeasible. Stay on your toes. Huh, things we already know. Mission simple. Strike Team Zone, you're with Green Team. We enter the north end, locate the Mahern, get it to our freighter. Red Team and Strike Team Dove will enter the south end with the same objective. Red 1 and Dove 1 nodded. With you, ma'am. Good. Chelsea pulled up her hood. Don't know what's here, but we're fixing to find out. Lock and load.